Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jillian and I channel the Akashic Records. So for today's video, we are going to be looking into the energies of February. If you're here watching this, there's a good chance it's for you. When I go up into the records, I say a prayer on behalf of the collective. So obviously there are many different flavors in the collective, but I'm channeling it for my collective. So for those who are going to watch this video. So we're gonna look into what's going on in February, any special messages that might wanna come through, any messages for the collective. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get started. I'm excited to go in here. So if you have never been here before, when I go into the records, I say a prayer which allows me to raise my vibration up into the dimensions of the records. I read part of it out loud, part of it in my head. I do my channeling with my eyes closed. At the end, I will say the Akashic Records are now open, namaste, and then we will get into it. Okay. Mother God, help me to open my heart. Protect me and guide me away from any fears or resistance. Remove all judgment and allow me to channel the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of all. Remove any obstacles from the connection to and the awareness of the truth. Help me to surrender to truth and allow it to flow through me unhindered. I now request access to the Akashic Records of the collective. Help me to know the collective in the light of the Akashic Records, to see the collective through the eyes of the Lords of the Records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of the collective have for it. The Akashic Records are now open. Namaste. Okay. So as I was reading the prayer and starting to open the records, I was already starting to get some information. The main thing that I was feeling is like this drilling almost at the back of my body, like down the back of my head, down into my shoulders and mid-back. It almost feels like when there's like concrete and they need to like break up the concrete. It was like that feeling. So we're really breaking up any lingering patterns, any lingering tension. When you think of the body is made of mostly water, but we also have our fascia and we have emotions and energy which are stored in the body. And what the message I'm sort of getting from this is when the emotions aren't flowing and aren't moving, they can become stagnant or almost frozen. And this is like not even just frozen, this is like cement. Okay, so the guides, the frequencies of the planet, Mother Earth herself, we are getting into the cement, like the things that are really being resistant to being broken up. It's like all of the cosmic energy is coming together to like be the jackhammer and like get in there. It's like we're breaking up this cement, whether it likes it or not, no matter how strong it wants to be, no matter how resistant it wants to be, we are getting in there. So this is a collective message. There is a lot going on in the collective, and this is like all like more of like a global scale. And because so many of you are so sensitive, you are going to be feeling these shifts that are happening within your physical body. And it's not necessarily your stuff, it's just this energy of being part of the collective. So you're going to see it, you're going to see all of this chaos, essentially, all of these final systems, all of like, okay, yeah, so like the stuff that can come with us into this new frequency, into this new earth, but they're really rigid. They've been in place for a long time. So we're talking like the governments, we're talking the courtrooms, we're talking a lot of the stuff that has been like, this is the way we do it, this is how it's done, and this is like put into our collective mind, put into our collective vibration. This is coming down now. This is being broken down. So a lot of the stuff you're seeing on the outside is just a way to wake humanity up and to break down these systems that are no longer serving us. So like, think of a jackhammer. It's aggressive, right? And like, there's going to be a lot happening in the outside world that is aggressive, that is hard, that is like these powers that be, if we want to call them, they're really trying to hang on. And like it's not even the cosmic 2x4. If you've heard like the saying, like, okay, you're not listening, then you get hit with the cosmic 2x4. It's like, no, we're bringing in the cosmic jackhammer to like break this up. So really pay attention to, so the message is dual here. From a distance, as an onlooker, pay attention to the systems that are breaking down. Pay attention to what's no longer working in the collective, and send your prayers, send your healing love. When you feel powerless or helpless or like you can't do anything, your prayer has so much power. Your love has so much power. And the intention of your prayer has power. So if you think about the old way of being, right versus left, black versus white, wrong versus right, you know, these like really rigid, this is my stance and I'm sticking to it. If you are choosing one side of this and sending hate or sending ill wishes or sending anything to the other side, you are part of the old paradigm. So what you need to be doing is sending love. And you don't have to send love to the bad people, the people who are you don't have to like get that specific. You can just send love and peace and send your prayers to what you imagine this new earth to be. If you're in a space and you're really feeling this pain of the collective, sit down and write out what peace would look like. Write out what healing would look like, what love would look like, how we would all operate together as a humanity, you know, for the earth, for the rainforest, the rainforest is coming through, for the waters, the oceans, the land, what those things too, but also the people, our interactions, how we communicate, how we express, how we operate together. Maybe you imagine like new systems completely where the government isn't involved anymore, and it's you know, there's a king, maybe it's a matriarchy, maybe it's, you know, lots of Lyran codes coming in right now. So Lyra, the planet, they didn't operate in like a democracy. They did have people that were well respected, that sort of overlooked and took care of everyone, but they weren't placed above, they were placed with, and they were part of this healing. And so those of you who do have the starseed energy, who are coming in from potentially Lyra, Pleiades, Sirius, these other planet systems, if you resonate with the starseed codes, and you know, you can look at some of my older videos if you're curious about that, but if you're resonating with being a starseed, maybe not being from this planet, maybe coming to help the collective healing, you are bringing in these codes of that planet with you, this beautiful golden white Lyran energy, this collective energy, this working and helping each other, all working on healing, being part of the collective. No one is above or below, but you know, these new systems, if you're imagining these new systems, you can write them down, like bring them in, make them physical, and send your healing love, send your prayers, send peace, send whatever you visualize for this new earth, send your energy there. Don't be sending energy towards the people you don't like, towards the systems you don't like, you know, hate, oh, I hope you burn and blah, blah. Don't send that, because that is just creating more of this energy. We want to send love, healing, And you know what? When you send those energies, the universe takes care of the rest. And so this is sometimes when they say, you know, you don't mess with a powerful person who is loving, because loving people don't send hate. Loving people send love. And what often happens is the person who is maybe doing wrong to that loving person, they get their own karma. You do not have to step in and try to be karma. You don't have to send energy. And this can be happening in our own individual lives as well. If you're dealing with people who are not healthy for you, if you're dealing with people who are harming you more than hurting you more than helping you, you got to look out for yourself first. That's the only way that we all move forward. But send them love, you know, send healing love to these people in your life that are difficult or challenging, and the universe is going to take care of what it needs to. So they're either going to get what's coming to them respectfully, lovingly, unconditionally loving you. Unconditional love is not kind all the time, okay? They're going to get what's coming for them, or they're going to get lessons, they're going to get hardships, they're going to have situations that they're put in that essentially force them into a new vibration, or force them to see things differently, or force them to take themselves out of your life, you know, however, maybe they leave completely. But this, as much as if you are someone who is feeling for the collective, that is the best thing you can do right now. It might not seem like much, it might not seem like it's helping, but trust me, if you could see what the light grid looks like, if you could see how powerful energy really is, it is doing something, okay? So take some time, sit down, you know, write out the vision you see for the new earth, if this is your calling, if this is where your heart is right now, because there is a lot of pain, there is a lot of suffering, there is a lot of unfairness, there is a lot of like just gross stuff happening out there right now. And we do not help it by sending more gross energy or wishing bad upon others. We help it by love and healing. Now, bringing this into our own individual selves, same thing can be said. Whatever you have going on that's challenging in your life, especially in relationship with other people, because there is such a split in the energies happening, that split is just going to continue to intensify, okay? So there are people who are hopping on the train of the new earth, the love, the community, the healing, all of this. There are a lot of people hopping on that train. There are a lot of people just waking up to that train also. And then there are some who are not getting on the train. They are staying where they are. They're staying in this old paradigm. We might not be able to avoid those people completely, okay? I know some of you are in jobs, or you're in situations, or even, you know, going to the grocery store, whatever else. We don't even need or want to avoid those people completely, okay? Because when we're in that energy of love and vibration, just being around them sometimes can help. But we do really need to protect our energy, to protect our sanctuaries, to protect ourselves, to pour into ourselves, to take care of our vibration. When we take care of our vibration, our aura thickens. And when we work through and heal through and give ourselves space to feel all the feels we need to feel, then we no longer run into these situations in the external, and we literally do shift the vibration of the planet. So you can be around people who are negative or low vibration, but you got to take care of your energy first. You got to make that healing bubble around yourself. You got to set those intentions that nothing that's not for your highest good will enter your bubble. Maybe you like to work with crystals or crystal grids. You know, cleansing your home regularly, decluttering, getting rid of old energy, old things, really nurturing your own energy and your own vibration here. And we are leaving, we're in the midst of leaving the old world, our old lives. Many of you last year completely closed a cycle, and now because we're in January and February, we're not quite in the new cycle yet. So there are still some of these old things releasing from us. And then many of you are also learning new ways to heal completely. You are stepping into completely new selves, identities. Some of you are at the very beginning phases, so you might not even know it yet. You might not even see it yet. Pay attention for opportunities that are coming up for you to expand your sense of self, your inner knowing, who you are. There are a lot of you that are going to be starting to operate completely different. Your relationship with yourselves are completely shifting and changing in a really positive way. And if it's not clear yet, it's not supposed to be clear yet. So don't get too focused on the future, on what's coming, on this final picture, because a lot of you are going to be discovering new things about yourselves, new things about your lives, new desires, new feelings, new things are coming in, and the picture is going to get clearer as this year progresses. So February itself as a month is still a closing out month, but there's also new stuff coming in, new magic, new opportunities, new ways of seeing the world, seeing yourself, seeing how you want your life to look, seeing how you want to make money, seeing how you want to nourish yourself, seeing how you want to take care of yourself. There's lots of new routines coming online. Oh yes, new routines. So if you're feeling called to a new thing, an activity or creative thing, or maybe reading or meditating or any of these new things, if you're feeling that little itch or that little pull, lean into it, create space for that. Because right now you're laying the foundation for all of this newness that gets to come into your life. Yeah, so February as a month is exciting opportunities, exciting things coming, but there is also a lot of almost emotional whiplash happening. So giving yourself space to feel through those big emotions when they do come up. I feel like they've been harping on this for a while, so I'm almost resistant to even say it, but learning to feel your emotions, that's still a thing that's happening. People are forming new connections to their bodies though, so this is going to get easier as time goes on. There is more solar activity happening, lots more solar activity happening here. So that, like, same with that jackhammer feeling, like if you're feeling things in your body, if you're having different physical sensations or symptoms, or maybe random like colds or like physical ailments that are happening to you, this is all part of your energy upgrading. There's a huge body upgrade happening. Oh yes, okay, so that's what they're getting at with this, like, new routines, new ways of being. There's like a new bodies coming online. All of this DNA that's been shifting, we are learning to relate and connect to our bodies in a new way. And so there's a lot of like new codes coming into our bodies, new ways of our bodies expressing themselves. New. But yeah, really body cohesive. Yeah. Now, this sort of was coming in while I was reading the prayer, and I don't know a lot about astrology, but there is a lot of people have been talking about this shift of Neptune from Pisces to Aries. So this shift, basically anything that is not authentic and real and rooted and grounded and authentic and real, is getting stripped away. So you might find that you're wanting to unfollow people on Instagram, people that you've been following, but maybe you don't really resonate with them, or their energy isn't feeling as good to you, or you're feeling some type of way when you're watching them. There's this decluttering happening, right? People in your spaces are still leaving, you're coming into new spaces. But yeah, like anyone that you're following that you're kind of like, I don't know if I really want, like, if I'm enjoying their energy or what they're sharing anymore, that's okay. You know, let them go. You can unfollow them. And then you're going to be finding new people to follow and to explore. And these people are going to be rooted in that authentic energy, rooted in knowing themselves, rooted in expressing themselves with their own codes and their own traditions and their own connections to the earth. Really like shifting out of this like airy mind space of Pisces and like into this like more embodied, grounded energy. And Aries is fire. So what do we have to say about Aries being fire? Yeah, it's like the pleasure, the creative, there's this pleasure, creative, creating energy happening. So it's like, we're not fully, grounded yet. That's kind of where we're moving with this energy. We're taking all of this upper chakra energy, all of this higher self energy, all of this galactic energy. We're taking all this energy and we're bringing it down. But right now we're in this like transmutation fire stage. So we're burning up all that is no longer authentic and real and true. And we're learning to create. There's like this energy coming in. So it's like, bring it down, burn what's not working, create what is. Bring it down, burn what's not working, create what is. Bring it down, burn what's not working, create what is. And through this process of creation, we find our truth. So if you're feeling called to new creative things, new endeavors, go into it, even if it's not clear yet. This whole message of like, it's not going to be clear yet, but it's through this process that we're becoming clear. So go out there, make mistakes, try new things, because it's through this like fire of transmutation that we are bringing this energy down. And if you think about it, Neptune, it's going to be in Aries for quite some time. I don't know the exact time, but then the next sign will be Taurus, which is going to be that grounded energy, right? Going to be that, it's going to be actualized more so. So this really creative, and of course, this doesn't mean we're not going to be grounded, right? This doesn't mean it's through this spark of creativity that we find our truth. And a lot of you who are watching this video, even if you're new to spirituality, new to this stuff, if you're finding new things, you are still on the forefront of a lot of change. So you are still going to be leaders. You are still going to be way showers. You are still going to be grid keepers. You are still discovering your gifts, which are going to help others. You're still part of this collective of way showers, right? You are still the ones who are lighting the lanterns and showing them for others. But even if you don't know exactly what your lantern looks like yet, that's where a lot of you are at. And then we also have those of you that have been doing this, you've been going through it, and it's like when you're doing this creative process, things are actually already happening, right? Like we are creating, and there is it's like we're off to the races in a sense. So yeah, feeling that. So new traditions, new creative, get out there, try new things, see what works for you, see what you enjoy, right? See what brings you pleasure. Go into it even if you don't see the final result yet, or you don't see the end goal or the end purpose, or you can't see, oh, why am I doing this, right? I don't know what this is going to be yet, but I know I like it, so I'm going to keep doing it. Okay, that's kind of the vibe. Yes, we're setting ourselves up for a lot of really positive new things to come in. I get this question coming in. It's almost like, okay, like, when am I meeting my people? When am I finding my people? Where are my people? There's like this question sort of coming in. Your people are closer than you think. They're orbiting you currently. And I saw a post the other day, and this feels very resonant, that like particles split, but they're still part of the same whole. So it's like, there is no way that your people won't find you, because you are meant to come together. It's like that red string theory or whatever. You can't make a mistake. You can't do it wrong. You don't need to fix yourself. Your people are out there, and they're circling your orbit closer than you think. But the way they find you is through you being authentic and you being yourself, right? So we're in that fire of transmutation right now. There's going to be some new people popping up. There's going to be some old people leaving. Already there has been a lot of old people leaving, I will say. Like, we're at the tail end of that. We're at the tail end of that, and we are at the beginning of the new. I would say we're not even in the old anymore. We are in the new, but we're not solid in the new. We're still finding our footing. We're still finding our ground, but we have left the old, okay? So that's good news. We're at the very beginning of the new, so it's not clear yet, right? You know, when things go down and then they go up, they go down, they start to go up. We're not at that peak, right? We're just starting that upward swing. So that's exciting. Okay, is there anything else that you would like me to share for February? Yes. So as we move into this new energy that we are in, we're already here, okay? Your guides are communicating with you. They've always been communicating with you, but you're going to start to be able to hear them more clearly. It really involves being present, taking the time. If this is something you want, we be intentional about it. Get outside, clear some space in your homes, right? We're still in this decluttering. Clear some space in your social media. We're getting rid of who no longer serves. Clear some space in your body. We're feeling out these emotions. Clear some space in your day to sit and receive. We're clearing this space so that we can hear, so that we can receive. And this is starting to happen. So some of you are getting some pretty loud messages. You're getting some pretty loud intuitive knocks, okay? The intuition is knocking, just like that jackhammer, right? It's coming. And so listen to it. Listen to that intuition. Listen to what you're receiving. Even if it's scary, even if it doesn't make any logical sense, listen to it. It's there for a reason. It will make sense. I feel like that's the biggest message of the video. If it doesn't make sense yet, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It will make sense. All right. So with that, I'm gonna close out my February video. That was fun. That was some stuff I wasn't expecting. Ears are pinging on the Lyran codes. I'm loving that part of it. That was really cool. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. If you have any follow-up questions or anything else you'd like me to explore, please let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with people that you think would benefit, and we will see you in the next video.